What's, in your opinion, the best way to incorporate and automatically test automated infrastructure changes? Introducing a network change, a new library version, a config change, etc. So we usually talk about CD for applications, but what about changes on the infrastructure that the app relies on?
Yes, I absolutely recommend pipelines for your infrastructure as well. Infrastructure as code is something that is near and dear to my heart, and something that you should definitely be thinking about, because these can have just as impactful issues and sometimes more for your application than any UI change or database change or anything else. So all code that could impact your environment should be a part of source control. So I mentioned database, that's a part of source control, configurations, and infrastructure. How do you automated test this? This is where it starts to be a challenge. The tooling is a bit further behind because it's a bit of a newer world. It's also just a more difficult feedback loop space. It takes time to put up a new server in the cloud, and that it takes a lot more time than it does to render a UI, run some JavaScript. So your pipelines typically are going to take a bit more time. So what I would challenge you with is allow the pipelines earlier to take more time. So look at tools like Packer, which allow you to kind of bake your images as early as possible with building tests in on things that don't change very frequently as early as possible. An example for this would be you might have an image that's your security team has signed off and is all patched up, and it doesn't have a lot of software on it. Make that a pipeline of itself, and make the output of that be the base of all the other image pipelines. So then you might have another image which sets up some really basic Java installations and other things you might have. Great, get that tested. That's not going to change very often. You're not going to upgrade your Java very much. But now as you start to get closer and closer to your software, you might be making changes more frequently. But because you can trust that the security patches are there because they've been tested and done already, and because you can trust that the Java is installed correctly because that's been tested and done already, you have the time and space to write tests for the changes you're making. So that's something to think about.